the stream, and we're recording sound, which is awesome. Hey, what's up guys? It's TJ here, and I'm going to be jumping into Neverwinter. Me and my girlfriend are about to pull one of those all-nighter MMO fests, and I figured what would be a better time than now to introduce you guys to what I've been playing in the last couple weeks. It's Neverwinter. This is my guy. He has a wobbly shield. You can check it out. Wobble, 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 wobble. I'm level 34 already, and I've been playing this game for maybe about 2 weeks. So the leveling so far has not been very much of a chore. And I pretty much soloed this because my girlfriend was away for like 3 days. So she's kind of like, hey, why do you play without me? But yeah, so it's kind of proof that this game can actually be soloed. There are a few key features that I'm going to go into. I'll make a new character just to show you guys kind of the character creation and the races and stuff like that. So let's just jump in it because I don't want to make this video super long. So let's create a new character and Dragon, which is the server. I guess that's the one I'm on. So we'll go okay. And then you got this awesome cutscene, which I'm not going to show. And you have all the races. So right now I think there's actually a race where if you buy the pack, like the Founders Pack, you get another hidden race. But these are the races that you get. You have the half-orc, female, male. You have the human, male, female. You have the elf, female, male. Now, the character graphics are kind of cartoony. But, you know, they're just with that style, with the way that the game is. So, they don't necessarily clash, but they're not the most up-to-date, realistic, I guess you would say, type of graphics. But I enjoy them. They're a little more lighthearted than all the games that are out there right now. The games that are out there are really dark, like Rift, and you know, there aren't very many adventurous type of, I guess, lighthearted feeling type of games. So this is a little bit of a contrast to most of the games that are out there, especially in the North American region. So I guess we'll just, you know, start with, let's just do a human for basicness. We'll do a female because they're pretty, and we'll continue. So you have 5 playable classes and one that's coming soon. So you have a trickster rogue, devoted cleric. So the rogue is obviously the rogue of the game. The devoted cleric is the healer, and they have this cool like cross with a dangly thing on it. It's their weapon, but it's different than anything I've ever seen, so that's kind of cool in the game. Control Wizard has an orb, and they actually shoot Kai blasts like Vegeta, and that's what my girlfriend actually plays. Great fighter, great weapon fighter, great sword, and the Guardian fighter is the tank. They also do pretty good DPS, and that's actually what I play. So let's just make this guy real fast. And then you actually roll for your attributes. So what I suggest is going online and finding a build that you agree with. They're going to give you your main stat, which in this case is Constitution for a tank. That's Vitality. Make sure you read about them. Also, depending on which race you choose, you're going to have racial abilities, just like in any other MMO. So I would probably want to go +2 to Constitution. But we're going to want to even out Constitution and Strength. So you would just keep rolling until you got stats that you want. And that's basically how that works. So we'll just go with, you know, the character creation. So don't be afraid if you get this far into making your character and you haven't customized your character yet, because you actually do that like at the end. So right now we are, you know, these are all the presets that you can choose from and you can customize, and the customization isn't amazing, but it's actually not bad. So you know, they got some pretty good hairstyles, they got some pretty good stuff. So you can actually get into, I don't know if they have, oh yeah, here we go. So they do get you to the point where you can adjust your face and your body shape, body scaling with scroll bars. So there's actually a decent amount of character customability here. So we'll just go with this and continue. And then you pick your character background and the god that you worship. So basically, the god that you worship doesn't really matter. this kind of doesn't really matter. Sometimes I think it affects your quest line a little bit, but not a lot. And it won't affect if you're one of those people that just get to the level. But this game is one of those games that you kind of want to enjoy the leveling in. You want to kind of enjoy the lore at least a little bit, because it's a lot of fun. So yeah, let's get out of this, and we will go back to my character, and let's just enter the world. And I'll show you the other 2 features that I wanted to talk about in this introduction. And we'll go into more detail as we play. I'll be doing dungeon runs and stuff like that in my videos. So here we are in the world. The world is completely instanced. So if I press M for the map, the city is instanced. And when you run to the outside gate, you pick instance zones. So yeah, you'll be in the instances with other people, but they're like sections of the map that are chunks. It's not like free roaming. You actually port from zone to zone by hitting a gate. So that's kind of how the map works. You also have this cool little, squiggly shiny bar on the ground that takes you to your track quest, just like in Fable. If you remember back in Fable, you had the cool little bar that you followed, the little squiggles. They have that in that game as well, in this one. Let's see. 2 things that I wanted to show you guys in quick kind of pace, I guess you would say. I don't know. Whatever. 2 quick things that I wanted to show you guys. The crafting, and I wanted to show you guys companions. So in this game you get a companion. I have a little dog. And as you level, as you grind with this little companion, he runs around with you and he will fight with you. Now dogs aren't the only ones. There are wizards, there are melee fighters, there are tanks, and there are healers. So you can basically pick your best contrast to what your class is, and you can pick it. If you're squishy, you can pick a healer, or you can pick a tank. And he will run around with you, and they'll do taunts, and they'll heal you, basically. And they'll keep you alive. And it's pretty cool. That is a really cool system. Crafting in this game is over time, just like you would say skill leveling in EVE Online. Basically, instead of you going to town and finding the crafting hub where you clash your tools together and make stuff yourself, you hire people, not people, but NPCs. You hire these NPCs, these assets, to do the crafting stuff for you. So basically, if I wanted to be a platesmithing, I would hire. Basically, I've hired a miner. Let's see. He's a required asset. That doesn't say his name. Let's see. So it would be a miner. Yeah, you would get a miner, and you'd say, "I want you to go do these tasks." And by telling them to go do those tasks, they take a certain duration. They require certain materials, and they create certain amounts of crafting material or gear, plus experience. So that's how you level up your profession. So you can actually eventually set your professions to go overnight, go to sleep, wake up, and then start new tasks and just keep assigning them. It's actually a really cool way to do it, because you're not sitting in a crafting zone, pressing craft, and watching the bar go back and forth over and over and over again, and it doesn't take up your inventory. Also, in regards to the inventory, it's pretty spacious. You start out with this nice large bag, and in like the first zone, you get this second bag. Now, the cool thing about this is you have a bag, you have a storage for all your profession stuff. So none of the crafting gear or crafting items that you have go into your normal stash. They all go into the specific special bag for your crafts. Now, we're going to deviate a little bit, and we're going to go to a part of the game that's not in the game, which is something that I love and something that took me by surprise. When I found a letter in my in-game mail about this, I immediately jumped on, and I was super excited. It is still in beta, but it's killer. It is super cool. Alright, so here we are in the gateway. So if you have an account, you go to gateway.playneverwinter.com and log in. You will have all these cool options. And this is kind of a huge selling point. Now, a lot of games you can view your character on the web and view all your gear and stuff like that. That's not really anything new. But things that are new are being able to manage your inventory. You can sort it. You can manage all your bags. You can manage your currencies. You can manage your profession inventory, as well as your companions if you have idle companions. You can actually do all your professions that you could in-game. You can do everything on the web. You can even work the auction house, which is super cool. I think that is amazing. So you really have zero limit to what you can do in crafting if you have the currency and you have the internet. Like, I mean, you could access this on your mobile phone. I think it actually even converts to a mobile website, which, yeah, it does. So that's pretty awesome. So yes, you can view all your stuff. You can sell stuff from your inventory. The only thing that you cannot do is pull items from your mail. That's the only thing that you cannot do in this web-based client. So I can even view the guild that I'm in and all their stuff. And you can check your mail and you can compose mail. But if you get mail in, so like if you make auction house sales, you cannot pull those items out of your messages. You have to be in game to do that. But other than that, besides actually playing the game, like grinding and leveling up and stuff like that, everything can be done on the web, which I think is amazing. This basically takes a huge aspect of the game and makes it accessible if you can't log in, which is really cool. Like, I can sit at work and I can do my professions and just make sure they keep going, you know? So those are 3 features that I really like about Neverwinter. I mean, it does need some work. There are some bugs here and there. You run into some bugs. The combat is free combat, so I guess you would compare it to a game like Terra. And also, in this game, there is some other cool combat features that I will go into in the next video. But this was just a little short, it was just a little short show about what I do when I'm playing MMOs, what game I'm playing. If you guys want to add me as a friend on this game and play with me, you can add me. It's Anexius, which is spelled right up here in the corner, Anexius, and then it's TJ18. You can add me as a friend, and we can dungeon and grind and do PvP and all that good stuff. I will be doing episodes on PvP. I will be doing episodes on dungeons. And once I get to like epics and stuff like that, because there's not really any point of doing the normal dungeons. But yeah, that's just my introduction, I guess, to kind of the future of a series that's going to be starting on my channel. So if you guys are excited, you want to see more of this gameplay, if you're interested in playing, you can check out a link in my description. You know, playneverwinter.com, I think, is the website for it. But you can check the link in my description, add me, and we can play and have fun and be kids. And it'll be fun. So I will see you guys hopefully in game. But if not in game, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time in the virtual space. So, yeah. I gotta go play with my girlfriend because she's getting bored. Huh, girlfriend? Alright, guys. Bye.